it's the whole week, you know. If you make 11 changes to a site, we say to the players, and you just expect them to immediately gel. It won't always happen like that, but that's certainly something we want to try and get into the team, no matter who you play with, that our systems and our communication and so on is up to scratch always. But then again, you know, we always knew we had some good cover on the bench. And yeah, no, the scoreboard maybe doesn't tell the whole story. But probably we can be very proud of playing against Finn Russell in 2 games and not giving the try away. I think, you know, that's really hard to do, but certainly not a performance we're very proud of what we put out there today.
Rassie, were you quite impressed with how they stood up to that 45th minute substitution when the pack comes on?
I didn't think they did in the scrums, and I didn't think they did in the maul. I think they started a line-out ball, but I think a technical penalty at the scrum. But they certainly in general play. They've got a very different tackle technique where they hold you up, and they're very effective. And their defence coach and they certainly must get well done, tap on the back for that, because it's very tough to catch a player like that and hold it up. And the guys who came on eventually broke some and get some momentum going there. But you know, they definitely a very proud team, and we really had to work hard to beat them by 17 points, which we all know, like the World Cup, it could have been a very tight game.
Rassie, you said that it's not a performance that we're proud of. What didn't work? What weren't you proud of?
No, it's not that. No, not effort. It's we are trying to. You know, if we get 3 injuries in a position that Kenan Moody just slots in the 13. You know, if Damian gets injured, that Andre can just start there. But not Andre didn't play not bad, not well. I can't say he didn't play badly, but the immediate in syncness with him and Andre, and we just want the team to gel together, because we've been together for a while now. And as we bring the youngsters in, you know, next week will probably be Damian and Jesse again. But we want to know if one of those guys go down, you know, like if Ewan goes down, you know, Jean Klein or Ruan or Argia, those guys must slot in seamlessly, you know, and that's not an effort thing. It's just more of repeating, aligning, because the effort I'm proud of. And I think we're all proud of the effort. 17 points versus them away from home, it's not too shabby. So yeah, it's just that in syncness.
The breakdown seems to be a place where they maybe got on top of it. What was going on there? Was there anything that you saw that you weren't thrilled about? Is it the way that you guys kind of structure your pods now? Can you maybe get a bit technical with me? What was going on there?
No, we're trying really hard, and everyone can back me up there. We trained so hard the last couple of weeks to get out of the breakdown, because we tend to give not run away penalties. We give a lot of that away. It was almost I think 18 in the rugby championship. We trained really hard to get out of the channel very quickly, so that the 9 have access to the ball and the cleaners have access to the ball. And yeah, I think it's sometimes just where the referee's focus is on. Not that the referee in any way did anything on purpose, but we thought that channel where the 9 was clear must be open for the 9 to get to the ball. And we did find that we had to jump sometimes over him or get around him, and that I'm not saying they were illegal. We didn't handle it well enough, but on the other side we tried to get squeaky clean, because that was a bad part of our game. I think that broke our rhythm a bit.
Your coach said areas were quite significant about the Christmas performance. Was it frustrating at times out there for you? And what about the performance, you know, was frustrating?
Yeah, I think I said in the press conference before the game yesterday that we know their quality side. We always, when we prepare for Scotland, we prepare like, are we going to play New Zealand or Ireland, or because they're one of the top teams in the world. So, and also to latch on to Rassie, to beat them in Murrayfield with 17 points. Yeah, maybe the scoreboard does flatter us a little bit, but still got a good performance in. And we always know it's not going to go away. Everything's going to go away. It's going to be a bit of a grind. They quality side, and they definitely stood up to us in the general play with their physicality, and brought the game to us as well. So it was a good battle. It was a good test match. yeah, compliments to them. I think they were great today. I think we probably weren't at our best, but we showed quality in the end to make the scoreboard like that.
Evan, you're just beating one of the best teams in the world, 4 tries to 0 and 17 points away from home, and we're kind of asking questions that you guys have lost the game in a way. Is that a sign of how impressive you are, like the aspirations you have inside, the standards that you set now?
Yeah, we obviously set high standards for ourselves. I think we drive within the team, the players and the management. We want to keep on performing, and we know every now and then there's going to be a performance that we're not probably that proud of. And like you said, it was at the end of the day, it was a good performance. Of course, we beat them by that margin, but there's just some aspects of the game that we probably won't be happy with, and that we'll work on. And I'm sure the coaches will point it out to us, and there will be some harsh words, but there are also some good words, and I think that you need that in a professional team environment too. We always strive to be better, and that's why, like I said, there will be some harsh words as well.
Ewan, do you think that perhaps, and I know you guys don't use excuses in general, but using Maroon, the guy was going to lead your lineouts in the week. And I know Sos is obviously world class, but there is that kind of disruption, I guess. Do you think that maybe you played a bit of a role in not really getting the lineouts on your terms?
No, I don't think so. I think in Scotland, I think when we played Glasgow, Sharks played Glasgow, they were probably one of the best contesting sides at club level I've played against, and they're a good man-watching side. They're very well, do well in the lineouts, and it's going to be a tough time in the lineouts. Sosis world class. He's got probably 70 last test matches for South Africa, so he's a quality player to come in, and so is Argia came on for South, so I don't think that was a big disruption.
Rassie, what are your thoughts ahead of the England game next weekend?
Firstly, Murrayfield, just to add maybe answer his question with a little bit more other detail. Of a guy like Elrich has never played at Murrayfield. It's also it's new. That's why I want to get to Twickenham. It's new, it's pressure. It's a really nice type of crowd to play in front of. It's the whole vibe when you get here, the atmosphere in here. It's a special place to play, Murrayfield. Twickenham also. And sometimes when you try something like this, make 11 changes after the team that beat Argentina, some guys, you get a little bit, same with Kane and Moody, he's played at the highest level against Australia and so on. I don't know if he's actually played here before, I'm not 100% sure, but Twickenham will be a different challenge. That's 80,000 people, that's a different kind of pressure. It's a very desperate team. We've lost 2 matches now against Australia. Probably ranking-wise is not up there, but we know where they're going with Joe Smith. But they'll be very desperate to win. I think Scotland were 5 on the bounce now, which they won. When they had 5 unbeaten matches, Scotland before they played us. It would have been their 6th win if they beat us. And I think England is now that desperate team who almost beat New Zealand, who almost beat Australia. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough game. We'll be selecting internally tomorrow and announcing probably the day after for you guys. But no, there's a tough one. We rested the 2 packs for reasons, because we also want the team to be fresh, the pack of forwards with the 6-day turnaround. And obviously guys like Jesse and Damien, those guys Cheslin will come into the reckoning for that game.
Just a word, Rassie, on Hibs. The performance the team signed another 2 tries. I mean, that strike rate just improves now. 34 years old, showing no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, I know he's a special guy, and sometimes so tough. I like Edward, hasn't really played a lot. He had an injury, was in camp with us. Guy like Kuhn Holm, fullback, we're so close to getting Vinny to his 100th match. We know what form Fassi is in. He didn't play today. But as a team, we're a bit like a family as well, Pimpi is one of us, and there's certain guys knocking really hard on the door, and we know Cheslin and Kirkley are class, and we know there's a few other wingers that we could have brought on tour, but a 3-week tour was maybe a bit different than an incoming tour. We can have them 5 weeks in camp, they learn really our culture, so as long as we can look after my Pims and he scores tries and get Willie to his 100th test match, there's sometimes some emotional connection with players, with the whole management team, coaching staff, and when we have the opportunity, we try and make it special for them. Yeah, and it will be a sad day when he's done one day because he always produces.
Rassie, what did you make of the red card incident?
You know, I don't want to comment on those cards because sometimes it's so tough as an accident. You know, sometimes it's luckily it was not a red card. Red card, we was totally off the field. You know, but we got a yellow card when they didn't score a try. But when they were actually a red card, we didn't score a point. They actually scored more points in that time. That was really frustrating. When they were 14 men and we were 15 and we couldn't score, that frustrated a bit. But sometimes I think it's just bad luck. You know, I don't think any player goes out there and do stuff on purpose.
Last question?
If you're in Gregor's shoes, Rassie, would that have been frustrating, given the red card?
You know what I will say now will be a headline that I wouldn't like to be connected to. So any red card is frustrating. If a player did it by accident or did it on purpose, which seldom happen, and you know sometimes it's just an accident. Yeah, I would feel frustrated.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. So we'll be on the other side.